Welcome back to the One Combat channel. Well, today I'm actually going to help you guys work your in and out movements. So for the most part, all of the items that you guys are going to be utilizing today will be very inexpensive, and we're going to show you guys how to work your in and out movements and at the same time also incorporate other aspects of boxing. For our first drill, we're actually going to be utilizing the agility ladder. So this exercise is pretty simple, very basic, but at the same time it will actually help you implement your in and out movements. So what Oscar's going to do is he's actually going to be stepping on the outside or in back of the agility ladder, and he's going to be stepping in, right? Same thing as usual. Always try to keep your basic stance and your basic guard all together. So he's going to be actually stepping in the box, and in this case he's going to throw a 1-2 combination and step back and step to the side. All right, so on screen you guys actually see me demonstrating or explaining something to you guys, but the audio was really bad, so I decided to cut off the audio and just explain what I was explaining in this clip over a voiceover. So all I was explaining is that every time Oscar actually steps into the agility ladder, he's throwing a basic 1-2 combination, but if you guys want, or if you guys can, throw a faster, quicker combination every time you guys step into these boxes. So if you guys don't want to throw a simple 1-2 combination, get as creative as you possibly can. Up to you guys. So once your trainee gets to the other side and he utilizes, in this case since he's an orthodox fighter, after he utilizes his in and out movements and of course goes on to the right side, in this case standing as an orthodox fighter, and of course you guys want to do the same exact thing but except going onto the left side. So pretty much you follow the same directional movement. So you're going to step in the box, throw the 1-2 combination. In this case you guys could get even faster if you guys want, and then of course step onto the left side and get to the other side, which is the left side in this case, and pretty much that will actually be one round completed on the agility ladder. So that's pretty much all you guys need to do, right? And it's very useful because of the fact that besides implementing your in and out movement, at the same time you're actually adding some lateral steps. So your basic side-to-side movements will also be incorporated in this drill. And at the same time, the agility ladder isn't that expensive. You guys can find this in any store near you guys. So you guys can pick this agility ladder up at a Walmart or at a Target, very cheap, probably less than 20 bucks. Depending on how much or how long you guys want to be working this drill, you guys could actually manipulate the numbers. So in this case, just for demonstrational purposes, we actually did it just one time around. So for the next drill is actually quite similar to the first one that he actually did, except this time we're actually going to be utilizing the pool noodles. So for in this drill, it's going to be a little bit more of a realistic feel on how an opposition would actually hit you back, and at the same time how fast you actually have to be before the opposition even gets to tag you and land on you. He's actually going to be stepping in, and as he's stepping in with the combination, which once again will be a basic 1-2, he's just going to come in, land on these pool noodles, and as he lands, I'm going to be swiping back. And while I'm swiping back, then of course that's his cue to stand in back of the agility ladder, or where he actually began the drill. I feel like it's a very excellent drill because of the realistic view it has, and at the same time it's pretty safe because of the pool noodles. I'm gonna step in. 1-2, 1-2. I swipe, and as you guys saw, as I'm swiping, he's stepping back to the original position he started with. And of course, we're once again utilizing all four directional movements. So in this case, like you saw, he moved on to his left. Left. Right. Closing that guard a little bit. 1-2. Nice. Step left. Go for it. Nice. Now we're going from left to right. So overall, you guys saw the concept pretty much stays the same. Step in, throw a 1-2, and as he throws that 1-2, I'm gonna be throwing or countering with a 1-2 of my own with the pool noodles, and at the same time he's stepping back. Guard tight. There you go. Don't flare out too much. Don't flare out those elbows. Nice. One. Step in. 1-2. Nice. Step in. Nice. Make sure that you guys actually take it slow. Of course, if your trainees are a little bit more advanced, then of course maybe you guys do want to swipe a little bit faster. So make sure that you guys take it very slow, especially if you guys are working with beginners, because of the mere fact that this is how you're slowly going to build reaction time. So pretty much that's those are the first two drills that we have. As I mentioned before, these drills will actually incorporate other aspects of boxing such as distance, range, and defense. So overall, the main focus is still there. So Oscar's still pretty much working his in and out motions, but at the same time, he's actually also incorporating distance management and at the same time defense. So how is he incorporating defense? Well, first of all, he doesn't want to get tagged by these noodles. These noodles kind of act like an opposition hitting you, right? So somebody that's actually hitting you back. And of course, he's working range by stepping out of the range in which these punches are actually coming in. So like I mentioned before, this drill is very beneficial. It's something that you really want to slowly start working your fighters into. And eventually, once your fighters get a little bit more faster, once both of you guys get the hang of this drill will actually look a whole lot smoother. And you guys will really look very, very fast on this drill. And it will look like a piece of art, man. For this drill right here, you guys could actually do this drill individually for the most part. All you guys will actually need is a marker on the floor and of course the heavy bag. So this is quite simple. And in this case, we're actually going to be utilizing tape just for the mere fact that we could actually easily dispose of it. I use two different types of tape. That way my trainee knows where to exactly start the movement from. And of course the movement actually ends where the tape ends. And if your trainee is a little bit longer for whatever reason, you guys could adjust, you know, either the tape or draw a longer line if you guys are using chalk or some type of oil. You're gonna start behind the line that crosses vertically on the horizontal plane, all right? So he's gonna start from that position, and since the tape ends close to the heavy bag, from that position is where he's actually going to release some punches. So he's going to step in, and in this case we're going to use the basic 1-2 combination that we've been using throughout our demonstration. So he's going to throw the 1-2 from there, 1-2, and he's going to step out and he's going to land in back of the tape where he actually began. All right, something very important that you guys cannot forget is stay on the balls of your feet. So every time you guys are about to step in or step out, make sure that you guys are staying on the balls of your feet. And another thing, as you guys are stepping in, although I didn't really emphasize this too much, make sure that you step in and jab simultaneously. Overall, you guys could actually set up more different tapes of going all different types of directions and kind of utilize those movements and make it a little bit more interesting. And another thing where I like to make it even more interesting as well and add other aspects of boxing is defense, all right? And just like with the agility ladder where we're swiping at our trainees and we were just swiping at him with straight punches, with this one, I like my trainee to step in and at the same time block these looping shots. In this case, since the camera angle doesn't let me kind of see the left hook, I'm actually going to be standing on this right side, so I'm going to be swiping at him with right hooks, right? So when he throws the jab, I'm going to swipe at him with the right hook just to kind of see his reaction time and at the same time try to keep his form intact. So once he throws that jab and retracts it back to position, I hope that he's in guard. If not, he's going to be swiped with the right hand. So this is a very basic beginner drill for your in and out movements, and at the same time you guys also incorporate other aspects of boxing such as hand speed, and at the same time you start conditioning your fighter to bring his hand back into a guard position after throwing punches. So overall, pretty much this is the last drill we have for you guys. I will be explaining my situation with the E1 Combat team in the upcoming weeks. So overall, hopefully you guys enjoyed my tutorials, my drills, and I'll see you guys on the next one.